Hey Yadira, this is Brian from Lead Hounds, and in this video I want to show you why it's so important to use search engine optimization for your website, also known as SEO, right? And I'm going to tell you a little more about what that means in case you don't already know. And I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to make this work for you and help you bring in new patients. So I know you said that you have a lot going on, you're not prioritizing marketing right now, um, but I wanted to tell you that that's kind of the point of this, right? The whole idea of SEO is to save you time, right? I'm sure you're doing some work to go out and get new patients, right? Get them to come in, when really what you want to be doing is treating your patients. So this is really going to help you with that. Your website should be basically a machine that gets you appointments booked, gets you calls, and basically fills up your schedule so that you can do what you love to do, which is treat patients. Okay, so with that said, I'll just get into it here. Um, I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to achieve these results, right? Getting more patients in through your website. And the goal of these strategies is based around what's called buyer intent keywords. So those are basically words or phrases that someone's going to search for when they want to pay for a service. So in the case of your business, Glow Aesthetics, that might be something like Botox Miami, right? Probably one of your more popular services. I know it's huge everywhere, really, but Miami's big for Botox right now. So I went ahead and searched that on Google, and let's just take a look at what shows up. So there it is, Botox Miami, and here we can see after these paid ads, that's not what we're talking about, by the way. We're not going to go over paid ads. That's basically when you pay Google, they put you in these spots, but those only get about 1% of the clicks. Most of the website traffic, when people search things like this, these buyer intent keywords, goes to these what's called organic links. And these are the websites where you don't have to pay Google for them, right? They're basically automatically putting businesses up here. But there's a lot that goes into that, which we'll get to in a minute. So right here we see some of your competitors in the Miami area, right? We have Miami Skin and Vein. I know they're a big one. And we'll just scroll down and see if we can find Glow Aesthetics anywhere. So here we go. We'll go through the first couple pages. So that's the end of page one, and you can tell by these ads. We'll keep going and look at one more page just to see if we find you anywhere. Okay, so that's the bottom of page two, and we don't see your website, right? So what that means is that all the potential new patients that could be coming to Glow Aesthetics are going to be visiting these websites and booking appointments there. Okay, so then you might ask, well, how many people are really even searching this stuff? Like, do I even care about this? So we can actually see what those numbers look like. This is a tool called Ahrefs that I use to get search data. And right there we see that keyword, Botox Miami. And we see that it gets 1,000 searches every single month. And then if you look through this whole list, right, we have Botox and Miami, another 1,100. I mean, that's already over 2,000 people searching for just this one service every single month. And I mean, look at all these. We have, a bunch more with over 200 per month. And you could get a list like this for every single service you provide, whether it's fillers. I'm not sure if you have a laser machine, but those are really popular too, and there's a lot of people searching for it. So let's see if your website does show up for any keywords. And so right here, I searched glowaestheticsmedspa.squarespace.com on Ahrefs, and right here we can see you have one keyword, and that's Glow Aesthetics Med Spa. Okay, so that's your business name. That makes sense, but you're in the 29th position for that, and there's none of those buyer intent keywords showing up. And those are so important because, right, they describe the services you provide. They describe the area, right? So you know that those people searching Botox Miami are in Miami. They're close to your business. And if someone's searching for something like that, they're not looking to learn about Botox. They're looking to buy it, right? So they want to be a new patient. Okay, so let's look and take a look at one of your competitors, Miami Skin and Vein, and see what keywords they show up for. And so they have a lot here, almost 13,000. And, right away you can tell that they are putting some resources into this because, like, look, they have this one, Botox and Miami, 1,200 searches a month, and they're in the #1 spot. There's that one we looked at, Botox Miami, #1 spot. They have lip fillers as well. They're in the top spot. So what that means is for all these buyer intent keywords, they're going to be the first business people see, and most people are going to click on their website. So how can you compete with them, right? How can you get those top spots? Well, that comes back to the strategies that I mentioned at the start, right? And I'm going to teach you, how you can actually do this, or, if you don't have time, like you said, how lead hounds and I can help you do this. So the first strategy I want to talk about is the content on your website. So what Google wants to see from its top businesses is about 1,500 words of content on the homepage, right? And that content should use those keywords, right? And it should sound natural, right? Like a human wrote it. Okay, so we can scroll down your website. You have some good content here, although, oh yeah, no, that's good. You have some good blurbs there. And we'll scroll down. So you probably have, between all of this, you might have like 500 words or so. So that's a great start, and your website looks good. You have the call to action right here. That's great. But, you don't have the ideal amount, which is about 1,500 words. So let's look at your competitor, Miami Skin and Vein, and we'll scroll down and take a look at their content. Okay. So they have a good amount right there. We'll just keep going, and they have a couple chunks right there too. And we're at the bottom, and so, they might have a couple hundred words more than you, but still not that much. What that means is it's not going to be difficult to beat them out with content, right? As long as you just add those minimum 1,500 words, you're going to be winning in that category. So that's content. Let's move on to a second strategy, which is super important, and it's called backlinks. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And what that does is it gives Google confidence that you're a credible business, right? Because when they see other websites, other companies talking about your business and sending their own users to your website through that link, that gives them more trust. So we can see here that you don't have any backlinks yet. And if we look at your competitor, Miami Skin and Vein, they have 319 backlinks, right? Referring domains. So that's other websites linking to them. And sometimes there's more than one link per website. That's why you see backlinks at 1,400. But that's a lot, right? So, and that explains probably, I would say, the main reason that they're beating you out for all these super valuable keywords. So what can we do about that? Well, we can actually use Ahrefs to look at all of these websites that are linking to them, and we can get you a link from each one of these. So that way you're going to be matching the strategy that they're using to get in all those top spots. But we don't want to stop there, right? We don't want to just match them. We want to make sure we're beating them. So we want to go ahead and add 100, 200 more backlinks so that we're just blowing them out of the water. Okay, last thing I want to talk about really quickly is the Google Maps section. So this is this little area here. I'm sure you've seen it where you have a little map that pops up and then 3 featured businesses, not counting the sponsored link. So these are going to be really important because they get about 30% of the clicks, the website traffic from searches like this. So you really want to be in one of these top 3. So how can you do that? Well, one strategy we like to use is called citations. And that is basically like a backlink, except instead of going to your website, it links to your Google Maps profile. And that would be, for example, a website like Yelp or Yellow Pages, business directories. So what we want to do is something very similar to the backlink strategy. We want to look at the top competitor, in this case Smith and Co., and we want to get all the same citations as that they have. And of course, we want to go above that and add twice as many, right? Or at least like, 50 to 100 more than they have. And that on top of making sure your Google Maps profile is all filled out, right? You have a lot of images and you're responding to reviews. Google is going to reward that stuff by moving you up in the map rankings. All right, Yadira, those are the three things I wanted to mention. Again, that's the content on your website, right? 1,500 plus words. It's the backlinks, right? We want to make sure you are starting to build up your backlinks so that you have as many and eventually way more than your competitors. And finally, we want to get you in one of those top 3 map positions so you can get that extra traffic. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email using the information you have here, or I think you have my cell phone at this point, so feel free to call there and we can talk about the next steps. All right, thanks. Bye.